Right, more problems with ratios. Okay, look at this question. Now, within this question, we know that there are 22 million adults within sub-Saharan Africa that have AIDS. Okay? Now that 22 million, that's not the total population of Africa, that's just those that have AIDS. Okay? And that represents 5% of the total population. Okay? I think in the previous video we knew what the total population of Botswana was. We knew what the ratio was. We were trying to find out how many people had AIDS. Okay, we knew what the total amount of people was in the whole country. What was the amount of people that had AIDS? Okay, this is telling us we do know the amount of people that have AIDS. Okay, we're trying to find the total population of the whole country. Okay, so I'm going to just switch over to here. So remember, ratio is part over the total. Again, you know, I think in the previous video I said 20 rabbits out of 80 rabbits. Okay, what's the ratio? If I know the part, the 20 rabbits, if I know the whole amount, the 80 rabbits, what's the ratio? I can work that by going part over total, 20 over 80. Okay, so to find the part, we used this one in the other video. We wanted to know how many people had AIDS. We knew that it was 23.9% of the population, so we wrote the ratio as 0.239. Okay. We knew what the total amount of people in Botswana was. We were looking for just that part of the people that had AIDS. Okay. Now this situation here, it's saying, okay, looks like we're looking for the total amount of people. Okay, let's go back to this. So I'm going to use this equation. Okay, it's just a rearrangement of the original equation here. Okay. So we know that this amount of people, that's only the part of the total population, right? That 22 million, they're the people who have AIDS, that's only the part of it, okay? So we're going to write 22 million on top here, okay? 22 million, right. Okay, the ratio is the percentage as a decimal, okay? So we know that that represents 5% of the people. Now if you want to write it like a ratio, remember 5% means 5 out of 100, and that's normally how we write ratios, you know, like 20 rabbits out of 80 rabbits, 5 people out of 100 people, which represents 5%. Okay, but as a decimal, you know, hopefully we should know that's just 0.05. We've been working on converting, you know, fractions to decimals. Just put it straight in your calculator. So if I go back and put the ratio there, okay, that's me setting it up, so that will give me the total, okay. Now let's go back to the paper, because actually here it is. Alright, there it is. Okay? And that works out to be 440 million people living in sub-Saharan Africa. Okay? So we're just putting the numbers into an equation. Have a look at down here. Alright? Supposing that 22 million people represented 67% of all the people living with HIV in the world. Alright? So we're looking for the amount of people that have HIV. We're not looking at the total amount of people in the whole world, okay? So again, this is just part of the people. So I think, remember, that was on top again. Looking for the total amount of people that have AIDS in the world. Is that? 22. I need an extra 0. This now represents 67% of the people in the world. Not just the population, just those people that have AIDS. Okay? So I'm doing that. So same thing again. Okay? So very similar to that again. I'm putting the part over the ratio to find the total. Again, the total is the part over the ratio. And if I stick that in my calculator, I should get, look at this, 22, 123, 123 divided by 0.67 equals, right, about 33 million. Okay, about 33 million people in the world have AIDS. It's just that 67% of those live in Africa. Okay, so how about this one? Now, okay, so you look at question 5, kind of the last one I'll do on this video, because this is going back to basics really. If you look at this question, I think earlier in the previous video I said, right, here's the important information. 27% of the population of the US is under 20 years old. Here's the population of the US. Okay, so all I need to say is, what is 27%? Remember, write that as a decimal. What's 27% of Remember, right at the multiplication. 304 million. So, okay, do I have to 1, 2, 3? 1, 2, 3. There's 304 million. Right. Okay, calculator. Right, let's get rid of that. 304, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. That's 304 million. Right, times, multiplied by 0.27 equals 820, what's that? Actually, I'll just write it down and think about it later. 8, 2, where's the calculator gone? 0, 8 and 4 zeros. 0, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. Now to put the commas in, that goes there, that goes there. So, 82,080,000. So around about 82 million people in the US are under 20 years of age. That's actually easy to do within question 4. Remember just what is, think of sales tax. Do a sales tax problem. If sales tax is 7.5%, alright, you go out, you buy yourself a brand new iPad, alright, it's $499, alright, okay, so I want to know what the sales tax is, what's 7.5%, what's 7.5% of $499, that'll give me the sales tax, then I would just add that onto the price of $499 to get the total. So I would do point, remember this, point 0.75. I move the decimal point about 2 places to the left. Of 7.5% of $499, around about $500. Okay, calculator, cancel. What's 0.075? That's 7.5% times $499 equals, right, well, let's round this, okay, so that is, what was it, $37.43, alright, make sure you round, it's not 42, alright, it's 43 cents. 43 cents. So that would be the sales tax, and you would add that on. If you need to, you'd add that on to the $499. Okay, lay this out properly. Lay it out properly, okay, adding decimals. Make sure that decimal point is lined up, okay. Let's get rid of that. I just made a little mistake on the decimal point there. Okay. Right, okay, line things up. So the answer would be, that's 43 cents. There's a decimal point. 7 and 9 is 16. 1 to carry. 3 and 9 and 12 is 1 and 13. 1 to carry, 5. So there we go. That's what the price of the iPad would be, okay, with the 7.5% sales tax. What's 7.5% of 499.075 times 499, okay?